Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. Nathan warms to Nurse Willow as his family panics over his return. General Hospital spoilers claim the hospital corridors are brimming with tension as Nathan West's, Ryan Pavey, shocking return from the dead has his family in a tailspin. Previews show Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, introduces herself on Monday as one of Nathan's nurses while he recovers from his car crash, leaving him stunned to learn she's his niece, and Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watrous, daughter. With Nathan's possible amnesia clouding his grasp of Port Charles's messy history, he might warm to Willow's gentle care, unaware of her strained ties with Nina or her own dramas with Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, and Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson. As Lisa Labrecht, Kathleen Gotti, and Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thibault, continue to feud alongside Nathan's survival, could Willow's bond with him drive a wedge between Nathan and Nina? Nathan's surprise connection with Willow. Willow's role as Nathan's nurse kicks off with a heartfelt introduction, her compassion shining as she tends to his injuries. Stunned to discover she's his niece, Nina's long-lost daughter, Nathan, possibly blank on the last 7 years, might latch onto her kindness, seeing her as a fresh family tie. Without the context of Willow's affair with Drew, custody loss, or Nina's rocky maternal bond, Nathan's warmth could grow fast. Fans speculate this connection offers him a grounding point in a chaotic return, but it risks complicating his reunion with Nina, who's already reeling from family secrets and Britt's fake death. Turmoil takes hold of Liesl and Britt. Liesl and Britt are bound to be in full panic mode. Liesl's joy at Nathan's survival clashes with her fury at Britt, while Britt grapples with guilt over her own secrets. Nathan's budding bond with Willow could deepen their distress, especially if he favors her over Nina, unaware of their fractured history. Nina's recent takedown of Willow for her reckless choices adds tension. If Nathan sides with Willow, it might alienate Nina, driving a wedge. Fans wonder if Britt's knowledge of Nathan's captivity, possibly tied to the Five Poppies Hotel, could surface, adding fuel to the family fire. A wedge or a bridge. Willow's nursing could either heal or harm the family. If Nathan leans on her, it might push Nina to confront her failures, worsening their rift. Alternatively, Willow's care could bridge gaps, helping Nathan reconnect with Nina through shared love. Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storms, Coma and Damian Spinelli's, Bradford Anderson, devotion adds stakes. Nathan's return could wake her, but Willow's role might complicate things. The atmosphere in Port Charles has been shaken once again by an impossible twist that no one saw coming. Nathan West, Ryan Pavey, is alive. His return from the dead has left his loved ones reeling, but as the shock begins to settle, new complications arise. One person he never expected to connect with is none other than Nurse Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, while the family he left behind scrambles to figure out how to deal with the fallout of his reappearance. A miracle return turns into a nightmare for the West family. When Nathan first reappeared in Port Charles, the joy of his miraculous return seemed to outweigh everything else. Maxie, Kirsten Storms, couldn't believe her eyes when she saw her late husband standing before her, alive and breathing after years of mourning. Lisa Labrecht, Kathleen Gotti, wept with both relief and guilt, torn between joy at her son's survival and shame over her own past deeds. Nina, Cynthia Watrous, clung to him as if afraid he would vanish again. But reality has a way of souring even the happiest of reunions. Nathan has returned without memory of the past 7 years. He knows who he is, but his life is frozen in time. From before Peter August, before Maxie moved on with Austin and flirted with other futures, before Charlotte grew up, before Britt's death. To Nathan, it's as if he just woke up from the moment Faison's bullet struck him down. This has left Maxie in turmoil. She loves Nathan, always has, but she's also built a new life in his absence. The timing couldn't be worse, and the emotional wreckage is only beginning. Enter Nurse Willow. As Nathan grapples with his missing years, he's placed under Willow's care at General Hospital. At first, he's guarded, polite but wary. His instincts tell him to protect himself, to hold back until he understands what happened. But Willow, with her quiet empathy and steady patience, breaks through his defenses. Their conversation starts small, updates on his condition, explanations about his memory loss, encouragement during physical therapy. Yet soon, Nathan finds himself opening up to her in a way that surprises even him. "Everyone around me wants me to remember who I was," he admits one afternoon. "But you don't push. You just let me be who I am now." It's a simple sentiment, But it hits Willow hard. She knows better than most what it means to lose parts of your life. She's faced the horrors of dawn of day, battled cancer, and nearly lost everything to illness. Her ability to meet Nathan without expectations gives him the freedom to breathe. Maxie's panic. Maxie, however, doesn't take kindly to Nathan's growing bond with Willow. To her, it feels like betrayal, an insult to the love they once shared. She's terrified of losing him all over again, this time to another woman. During a tense scene at GH, Maxie confronts Willow in the nurse's hub. "Don't think I don't see what you're doing," Maxie snaps. "You're circling him, waiting for the perfect moment to take advantage. He's vulnerable, and you're supposed to be his nurse." Caught off guard, tries to de-escalate. "Maxie, I'm just trying to help Nathan adjust. He's confused, he needs support. That's all this is." But Maxie isn't convinced. Her panic spills over into desperation. She warns Nathan not to let Willow get too close, but instead of pushing Willow away, her warnings only make him realize how much he values Willow's calm presence compared to Maxie's chaotic worry. Nina and Liesl add fuel to the fire. Nina, ever protective of her brother, is quick to side with Maxie. She corners Willow, warning her to back off. Liesl, however, complicates things. In a rare moment of clarity, she acknowledges that Willow has done more for Nathan's recovery than anyone else. "He needs someone who will not smother him with the past," Liesl admits, her voice heavy with regret. "Perhaps Nurse Willow is not such a bad influence." This sets off a tug-of-war in the family. Nina insists Nathan should focus on rebuilding his life with Maxie and his son James. Liesl believes Nathan deserves to make his own choices, even if they don't align with the family's expectations. Nathan's heart in conflict. Nathan finds himself torn. His memories of Maxie are powerful. He still loves her in many ways. But the Maxie he remembers isn't the Maxie standing before him now. She's changed, hardened by grief, motherhood, and betrayal. He can't fault her for moving on, but the distance between who she is and who he remembers her to be feels insurmountable. With Willow, there's no history to live up to. No grief, no expectations, no comparisons. She simply sees him as Nathan, the man standing before her, not Nathan the husband, the father, the brother, or the son. And that freedom begins to feel intoxicating. A ticking time bomb. Of course, this budding bond can't remain hidden for long. Rumors spread quickly through Port Charles, and it isn't long before Brooke Lynn overhears nurses whispering about how close Nathan and Willow seem. When word makes its way back to Michael, he isn't thrilled. Though he trusts Willow, the thought of losing her affection to a man like Nathan, handsome, heroic, tragically returned from the dead, sparks an insecurity he didn't know he had. Michael confronts Willow in private, demanding to know if she has feelings for Nathan. His jealousy only makes things worse. Willow feels cornered, torn between loyalty to her husband and compassion for Nathan. Meanwhile, Sonny and Carly also weigh in, warning Michael not to let paranoia destroy his marriage. But when has advice from Sonny and Carly ever stopped chaos from erupting? What comes next? General Hospital is setting the stage for a storyline that could shatter several families at once. Nathan's return should have been a blessing, but it's quickly turning into a powder keg of emotions. Will Maxie lose Nathan all over again, this time to Willow? Can Michael hold on to his marriage in the face of Nathan's undeniable connection with Willow? And will Nathan's missing years come back to him, perhaps with secrets that could change everything?